Hello, we're doing Chapter 2, Section 8, Solving Absolute Value Equations and Inequalities. I'm doing page 154, problems 11, 12, and 13. In the last problem set, the last video, we had disjunctions. You can tell that these are all going to be conjunctions. And again, how do I know if it's a disjunction or a conjunction? If I have the absolute value of some sort of expression with x, or just x, if it's going to be greater than some number, that's a disjunction. But if I have it less than some number or equal to, that doesn't matter, that is a conjunction. So you can see these two problems, they're both going to start out less than. So the absolute value is on the left. I have to isolate by getting rid of the 3 here, and then I'm going to have a less than or equal. That works too. All right. So I'm going to use the word and. First, I have to isolate. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3, and I get the absolute value of 4x plus 8 is less than 24. Now, multiplying both sides by positive 3 did not change the sign. Now let's split it. My first inequality, I'm going to leave everything alone except I'm going to drop the absolute value bars. For my second inequality, I'm also going to drop the absolute value bars, but I'm going to switch the direction of the sign, and I'm going to switch positive 24 to negative 24 to take care of the other sides that are going to, where the 4x minus 8 is going to overall become negative. The x may or may not be negative, but the 4x plus 8 may be negative. Okay, so let's solve. Subtract 8. I get 4x is less than 16. I don't know, all of a sudden it just didn't look right to me. Going to divide both sides by 4. I'm a little bit out of room here. I got x is less than 4. Over here, same thing, subtract 8. I get 4x is greater than negative 32. Divide both sides by 4, and x is greater than negative 8. And since this is a conjunction, I'm going to use the word and. For my graph, I'll just sketch it real quick over here. Here's 0, here's 4, and over here is going to be negative 8 someplace. X is less than 4. Open circle on 4, and I'm going to head to the left because I want less than. X is greater than negative 8. Open circle on 8. I'm going to head this direction. And basically this is going to be all of the numbers from negative 8 up to positive 4, except I don't include those two numbers. So I can write it like this. All right, I'll scoot that up so you can see it. I know the paper doesn't match up with the iPad video. All right, I don't have to isolate. It's already done for me. There's nothing outside the absolute value bars. So I start by saying 9 subtract 3x is less than or equal to 6, and 9 subtract 3x is greater than or equal to negative 6. First I'm going to subtract 9. Hopefully I can squeeze this into the bottom here. Negative 3x is less than or equal to negative 3. And then I'm going to divide by negative 3. Since I'm dividing by negative 3, I have to switch the sign. I get x is greater than or equal to, so switch the sign, positive 1. Let's get to work on this one, negative 9. Oh, by the way, as soon as I get x is greater than or equal to 1, I'm going to be tempted to say, well, the other one, I'm running out of time. The other one has to be x is less than or equal to negative 1. Don't do it that way. I get negative 3x is greater than or equal to negative 15. Divide by negative 3. And I get x, switch the sign, is less than or equal to negative 15 divided by negative 3 is positive 5, not negative 1. Draw my graph. My number line, here's 0, here's 1, and here's 5. And I mentioned in a previous problem that it's not always You don't always get one number that's positive, one number that's negative. That happens a lot, but it's just because we're using small numbers here. This one we're using, well, -3. But the thing is that this end up, what we're doing here, it shifted this to like over here in the positive. Okay? I have x is, hang on a second, I just want to double check, make sure I did everything right. Yeah, I think I did everything right. Why is that not a conjunction? Okay, so I'm just checking. I'm checking my work to make sure, and this is something that you need to do really as you're doing this, because sometimes things don't work out. All right. Well, I haven't messed up. Sorry. I don't know why I looked at it weird or something. I mean, the switch in the sign just messed me up. Okay, no, we're good. X is greater than or equal to 1, so I do this right here. X is less than or equal to 5, I do this right here. And it's going to be all of these in between. Sorry, I just had a moment where I was like, something didn't look right, and I had to check to make sure I had copied it correctly. These things happen. It's okay. Another way of writing it would be 1 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 5. Make that a little better. All right, one last problem. And that happens. If we were actually together in the classroom, sometimes I look at what I write on the board, I'm like, that doesn't look right. It's kind of like when you look at a word and it's like you know how to spell it, and you're looking at it, it's like, that doesn't look right. I don't know what it is. It happens every now and then. All right, anyway, let's get back to this problem. So I need to isolate by getting rid of the -5. So I'm going to divide both sides by -5. And since I'm dividing by a negative, I'm going to switch that sign. So I get the absolute value of x minus 3, switch the sign, is less than or equal to -3. Why are we stopping this problem? Remember, absolute value, except for 0, is always positive. Does it make sense to have a positive number less than a negative number? That doesn't make sense. All positive numbers are bigger than all negative numbers. So we say no solution. So remember that from the previous video. Sometimes with disjunctions, you're going to get all real numbers. Sometimes with conjunctions, you're going to get no solution. So be mindful of that. And actually, to be honest, the switching of it ended up like changing it from a conjunction to a disjunction anyway. Okay, but don't concern yourself with that. All right, do the homework, ask questions in the discussion. Good luck.